Hi, my name is Beth from Debt Free Life, and on this channel I'm going to talk all about money, from budgets to my debt-free journey to what I do to get money and to save money. Today's video is specifically about my grocery budget for the week of June 29th through July 3rd. The reason I'm making this video is because this budget did not go as expected. I had two unexpected expenses this week. My car got a crack in the windshield that had to be repaired, and my oven decided to go out on me. The oven was about 15 years old, so it made sense. It wasn't really unexpected, but I didn't expect it this week. So my typical or normal grocery budget is $200 a week. So what I did is I wanted to take these unexpected expenses out of my budget instead of out of my emergency fund. I do have an emergency fund, but I didn't want to use it for that. I wanted to try to cash flow these expenses. So one thing I did was I cut my grocery budget down to $50 for the week. So this budget will be for 4 adults and that we all eat at home. Even though some of us work outside of the home, we still take food from home to eat. So I'm going to go over how I did this and how, the steps I took to make sure that my budget stayed at $50. For Monday, I had leftovers. Every Sunday I make extra food, so Mondays I usually don't cook just because it's a more hectic day and it makes it easier. However, I did make 2 loaves of bread, so that would help me later on in the week. So really no expenses for Monday and nothing I needed to get from the store because I had all the ingredients to make my bread. For Tuesday, we had chicken Alfredo and garlic bread. Of course, the garlic bread can come from the bread you already made if you make that. Chicken Alfredo, I did have to buy some things from the store for this. I had some pasta, some spaghetti that I used for the chicken Alfredo, but I didn't have any Alfredo sauce or any chicken. So I went to the store and got one of the family packs of chicken breast for $1.98 a pound. I ended up getting about 5 pounds of chicken because I wanted to use it for another meal later in the week. I got 2 jars of Alfredo sauce, and I did buy some sun-dried tomatoes to put in the sauce. I used the crock pot for this meal, and so in my crock pot I put 2 jars of Alfredo sauce, a jar of sun-dried tomatoes, probably 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, and some chicken broth, and of course the chicken, and just let that go all day, and then I cooked my pasta separately. So that was that meal. Wednesday, I did fajitas. I used the chicken that I bought for this meal, and I just halved it. So the fajitas just had some taco seasoning with them. And I fried them in some oil, and I served them on tortillas, which I also bought from the store that week, some shredded cheese, which I was able to get a 8-ounce block of cheese for $1.69 at my local Aldi store. I served the fajitas with pico and guacamole. I did have to buy 2 avocados, some cilantro, and tomatoes to make these. I already had the onions at home. On Thursday, I did a pork casserole. I had a pound of pork in my freezer. I buy pork and sausage actually from a local farm, and so I'd already pre-purchased those. So this meal actually took nothing from the store. I cooked the pork with some seasoning, and then I added a can of cream of celery soup. I added a bag of the frozen broccoli with cheese that I had in my freezer, and I mixed that, and then I found a pack of instant mashed potatoes that I had, put that on the top, and that was my pork casserole. I went ahead that day and made some sausage gravy with the extra pork I had. So this is just sausage seasoning on the pork, and then you fry that up and make gravy with it. This will last for a couple days for breakfast with eggs that I bought also that week. On Friday, I realized I needed to kind of get things a little bit tighter. The money was going a little bit quicker than I wanted, so I went through my pantry. In my pantry, I had some spaghetti pasta. I also had several cans of sardines and a couple cans of salmon. So what I did was I went on Pinterest and I Googled recipes for sardines, and I found this recipe. It was very simple. You just cook the pasta, of course, separately. The sardines you cook with diced onion, some garlic. I used some tomato paste, and then you season it with some salt and pepper. It's not going to be the most exciting meal, but this meal was free for us, so it's going to work that week. For this one, for the salmon patties, I took 2 cans of salmon, 2 eggs, some breadcrumbs I had in the pantry, and some sweet chili sauce and cilantro. When you mix that all together and make patties, it really does make a really good salmon patty that kind of makes it taste a little more fancy, even though I had all the ingredients already in my fridge and pantry for this meal also. Today I'm also going to make bagels to go with this, so I'll make bagels from scratch. So we'll use those for either a snack, or we can put cheese, eggs, and maybe some sausage I have in my freezer for a breakfast. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, so this one's a little bit easier. Our in-laws had already invited us for a cookout at their home. I had asked my mother-in-law what she wanted me to bring for this day, and she said she had everything already and I didn't need to bring anything. So Saturday we pretty much get to eat for free again, but I will go ahead and make a dozen of deviled eggs, and I found a recipe for sardine dip. So we'll have this for snacks, for either if we're hungry before we go to the cookout or after we come back home, we'll have that, which I assume we'll stay pretty late there, so we'll probably eat this before we go. I'm also going to make 2 more loaves of bread because we're almost already out of this bread, and it's just so convenient to have bread in the home. For Sunday, I always cook extra on Sundays. So for Sunday, I'm going to make 2 separate meals. I'll do chicken thighs and drumsticks. I found these at Aldi's for 89 cents a pound, so I got 5 pounds of these. I will probably put these in the crock pot, cook them there, and then take them out and put on some buffalo chicken sauce and kind of crisp them up in the oven. I also serve roasted potatoes, which I had left over. I did not have to buy these. I had about 5 or 6 potatoes left, so I'll roast those and do a can of green beans that I have in my pantry right now. Another meal I'll make is pizza. I make my own pizza dough. I did have to buy the cheese, pepperoni, and marinara sauce for this meal, but still my kids love this meal, and it's a quick and easy dish for us that can kind of save some cash. So this is my meal plan. Now for breakfast, we'll probably do eggs. I did buy 2 dozen of eggs this week. We also had a box of instant oatmeal. We can do that this week. And fortunately, I had the sausage in my freezer. So breakfast, I'm not too worried about that. For lunch, typically all of these meals will have leftovers for the next day for lunch. But also, I do have homemade bread that we could either have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if we want that, or there is some lunch meat in my fridge that we can use it. So it's a little bit of a kind of a bare bones, boring meal plan for this week, but it was right at $50, maybe a couple cents over. So I was successful in getting all of this and using things from my pantry to stay within budget to help fund these unexpected expenses. I may have to do this a kind of a cheaper meal plan again next week, because due to these unexpected expenses, I kind of took my checking account cushion down lower than I usually like to have it. So I need to kind of replenish that back up. So I may try to push myself and do another $50 budget next week, or at least not a full grocery budget next week. So this is my meal plan. You know, let me know in the comments if you guys, if you have an unexpected expense, if you try to cash flow it, or if you just pull from your emergency fund. If you like this video, like it, give it a thumbs up. And if this is the kind of content that you're interested in, please subscribe to this channel and let me know other things you would like to see me talk about. And we'll kind of figure out the best videos and the things we like to see on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and have a great day.